Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over the left side of my Hot Toys collection, just because the right side is still under construction. And while technically this collection isn't final as I'm still missing glass doors, I get so many people asking me to do this, so figured today's the day to do it. Alright, so I gotta start off with this Power Ranger shelf. This is definitely my favorite shelf in the display, and man, like these figures are so detailed. They're made by Toys Battalion and the Green Rangers by 3-0, but man, I watched this movie so much growing up, I had to get the autographs from the Rangers themselves. Also managed to get a card by Jason David Frank, so rest in peace to the legend. And shout out to my boy Carlos for putting me onto these plaques. So moving down to this Aura shelf, this No Way Home shelf, we got Lizard and Sandman dioramas on the left and right of the display, surrounding these three GOATs, man. I'm so excited to showcase this. We got Tom, we got Toby the GOAT, and my personal favorite Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield. Man, I love him so much, I even got a plaque for him, bro. And if you guys noticed, I do have a custom Andrew and custom Toby. I can definitely go into more detail on them at a later video, but moving on to my villain shelves, man, if you told me that a collection like this would have been possible a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. Building a Spider-Man Rogues gallery is honestly a dream come true. Bros, I'm so glad that Sony was able to make No Way Home with Marvel because man, bringing back the likes of Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Electro, to me is just insane. Also, shout out to the third-party companies that made this a reality. Having a Vulture by Jazz Inc., the Sandman by SL Customs, and the Lizard by Premier Toys is just the icing on the cake for this display, man. Now moving on to the display that is going to expose me as a museum poser is this VGM Spider-Man PlayStation video game shelf. As you can see, I definitely have these guys in the most basic of museum poses, but I'm just trying to preserve these figures as much as possible because I really enjoy them. Hot Toys knocked it out of the park with a lot of these. I did get a custom head for this Spider-Punk, but honestly, I'm so happy to have this as like a comic Spider-Man shelf. Also, yes, I do have a signed autograph plaque by Yuri Lowenthal, gifted by my good friend Carlos. Again, shout out to him. I am going to track that one for Miles eventually, but moving on to the Iron Man shelf now. Man, I know some of you guys are definitely tired of Hot Toys always announcing Iron Man figures. I am too, especially for the recolors, but you can't deny that some of these figures are honestly Hot Toys' best figures and peak toy engineering. And this honestly concludes the collection, as below I just have a bunch of boxes. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and stay tuned for the right side of my collection tour.